Okay, yes, I know we have the local maps from the prison cart, but they're pretty much useless unless we can find some marker to know where we are. We are most definitely lost. I mean, the cart was carrying maps from everywhere between Revelia and Eagleborn, the capital. We honestly could be anywhere in the whole kingdom. We just need some detail. Any detail that unmistakably lines up with one of these. Hero, I know you offered to walk the whole time and let me ride on the horse, but I'm really okay with walking if you're getting tired. Are you sure? You don't need to take on such a burden for me, Hero. Well, if you're sure. What's that over there? It looks like a military encampment. Perhaps we should avoid it. You don't think so? Why not? Oh, you're right, that's the kingdom's battle flag. It must be a surviving resistance pocket. Yes, after all our trouble with the Troll King's soldiers, this will be quite a breath of fresh air. Maybe they can even tell us where we are. I think it would be best if we don't tell them the details of our quest, though. Yes, we don't want to attract too much attention to ourselves. We should go in, stock up on supplies, rest up and head on our way. Your status as one of the old king's personal knights will hopefully persuade them to help us. Come along, hero. Halt. State your name and business here. I'm Telwyn. We wish to see your encampment's commander. Like that's gonna happen, elf. The captain is a busy man. Running the resistance against the Troll King isn't exactly an easy task. He needs no interruptions. Perhaps my friend here can change your mind. I very much doubt. By the gods, it's you. The captain is going to want to see this. Both of you, follow. Well, that was even easier than expected. I was expecting them not to believe it was you for at least a little while. This is the captain's tent. I'll see you both then. Sir.
What is the meaning of this interruption, Sir Knight?
These two travelers wish to see you, and I think you'll find one of them is most interesting.
Interesting. How exactly, Sir Knight?
Well, sir, they appear to be the knight that led the charge at the Battle of Blackwind.
Why didn't you lead with that, boy? Bring them both over here. Also, you're dismissed for the evening.
Thank you, sir.
Well, by Sithril, the rumors are true. You really did survive. I didn't believe them myself. They seemed too hopeful, yet here you are, my old friend. You had a good healer. To have had you fixed up in just half of a year, he must have been a damned miracle worker.
I try my best.
Ah, I suppose that must be who you are. So you're both here to join the war effort. My friend, with you leading us, we would be unstoppable. We could send the Troll King back east by year's end. So that's not why you're here. Shame. We could use a prodigal healer such as yourself. What is your name, elf?
My name is Telwyn.
Telwyn?
Just Telwyn. I had a disagreement with my family.
Ah, I see. Well then, Telwyn. Any friend of the hero here is a friend of mine. I'm Captain Jasper.
I see you both know each other. Oh, you were in training together.
That's right. I was their brother-in-arms for many years. Unfortunately, I wasn't there at the battle when they fell, but that doesn't matter because we're reunited now.
The hero is correct. We have a quest of our own. It is a private matter, but will aid the fight against the Troll King significantly. However, due to complications, we don't actually know where in the kingdom we are. We have some local maps, but haven't any significant landmarks to point our location on any of them.
Traveling difficulties. Still getting lost on your quests, eh, hero? I'll let you have a look at our war maps later and get your bearings. For now, tell me, where are you headed? I must have misheard you. Did you say you were looking for a phase grove?
You heard correctly. Any phase grove will work for our purposes, but we do need to find one.
Why would any sane person want to visit one of those? There's lots of danger and very little reward in those places.
We can't say, but it is the utmost importance to our quest.
When you're checking our maps tomorrow, you'll see them. They're marked so we can avoid them at all costs. If where you're headed is too much of a secret to tell me, then how about you tell me what you've been up to this last year and a half? You only woke up a few weeks ago. It's probably for the best. The Troll Kings have committed many atrocities over the past 6 months. If I told you the number of villages we've come across left empty after an attack, even the gods themselves would be shocked. We found one just a few days back where...
If you don't mind me interrupting your story, Captain, the hero and I are tired. A lot happened to us yesterday and we've been travelling since last night.
I'll set you two up with a tent so you can rest. Come along. Here you both are. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call for one of my guards.
Well then, Knight, it seems like we're on a stroke of luck. Not only have we found this camp, but the captain appears to be a friend of yours. You said he was Captain Jasper, right? What exactly is he captain of? The old king's personal guard? I knew you had friends in high places, Knight, but that's impressive. I really do mean it, hero. It's a part of your story that I've always been mesmerized with. Most knights are just given these connections, but you were born a commoner. You earned your status. I could never have had that. I was born to a mage family, a powerful mage family. My family name carried a reputation that precedes any action I could have done. Your story is part of why I dropped it when I was exiled. Being judged on my own merit and not the reputation of my ancestors was so freeing. But you've heard me ramble about my past enough, hero. You need to rest. You aren't fooling anyone with that "I'm not tired, I can go all day" act. You've been walking for hours, and will have even more travelling to do tomorrow. Very well, I shall just have to talk you to sleep then. Tell me, hero, what do you know about Fey Groves? Other than they're where Fey live, of course. There are certain places in this world where magic flows stronger. There are a lot of theories and myths on why these places exist, but no one is really sure. These places are called Fey Groves. Unlike what the name would imply, a Fey Grove doesn't necessarily need to be inhabited by a Fey. But they usually are. It's extremely rare to find a fae outside of a fae grove. You see, human and elven mages draw their magic from inside ourselves, but the fae draw theirs from the naturally stronger magic flowing through their groves. The fae are dangerous. They use illusions and trickery to prevent people who enter their groves from leaving. Nobody knows what they do with them. The fae aren't very well studied beings. You want me to tell you one of the myths why the fae groves exist? Well, of course I can. Every culture has their own myth for it, but I'll tell you the one I grew up with. From Revelia. Angels are the messengers between the gods of the higher plane and the mortal plane. Legend has it, long ago, one of these angels was visiting the mortal plane to deliver a message, as they often do. However, this angel encountered a kind, young elvish merchant. The merchant and the angel grew quite fond of each other, and eventually love grew between them. However, the gods of the higher plane forbid this kind of interaction between mortals and their messengers. So they agreed to meet in secret, but the merchant's travels across the lands for business meant there could be no common meeting place. And so the angel took several pieces of the higher plane, and she gave them to the merchant, and told him to bury them across the land, so that they could visit each other in secret wherever the merchant was in his travels. And the merchant did. He buried them in places that reminded him of her, so that he always knew where to find them. Beautiful places, lakes in the middle of forests, oases in the desert, places like that. And so their love continued until it was time for the merchant's soul to pass into the beyond, where he would finally be able to spend eternity with his angel. However, the shards of the higher plane are, according to the myth, still in these places, and they are why the magic runs so much stronger in fae groves. Oh, you're asleep. I wonder, if people found out I was a necromancer, would you go so far to keep us together? What am I thinking? They're just a friend. Good night, hero. Kodla Sav.